Welcome everyone to the Island Life podcast, where we journey onto the island of discovery to relive some of the best and worst moments of Survivor. My name is Will, an experienced Survivor fan, 49 seasons deep, and I will be your guide. And joining us on this two-person adventure is our rising Survivor fan with 17 seasons under her belt, Edge.
Hello, we're back.
I know, again, you and F just keeping me in suspense before we can do breakdowns. I'm dying to get all my thoughts out, so
I know,
we're
it's
gonna
been a lot.
yeah, so we got two. I mean, I guess I'll have to ask you, do you feel we got two big episodes to break down,
Oh
or do you
gosh,
feel
yes.
differently?
I feel like there's a lot to unpack on the last episode. I don't know about breaking down, but just a lot of things to unpack, like mentally, because I was not expecting things to go this way. And then this episode that we just watched, it was stressful. Stressful because there's a lot of stakes for me in terms of there's a lot of people I really like that I really wish does not get voted out. And unfortunately, it's happening. It's happening. The people that I love, that I really like, are just just falling down. They're gone, and it just occurs that all the ones that I really like are the ones in the hot seat. Like literally every two-person people I like from within each tribe are on the hot seat. It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, well, it's bound to happen in a season filled with people that probably most people like. Uh, Eventually, your favorites are gonna be the targets. Now, for all of them to be targets is a little unfortunate, but as long as one of them survives, you can still get what you want.
Oof, I don't know. But, it does it tells me, "Hey, I got some good, I made some good choices." So it makes me feel a little bit better on that.
Yeah, usually.
You usually
Usually.
yeah.
The like, being a target now means that people think you're a threat. So, like,
Mm.
in a way, it's respecting your game, although I do have some takes on that
Ooh.
subject, though. Um, Now we're going to break down episode 4 and then episode 5. But the good thing is, episode 4, there's really one big thing to break down. Only, well, actually no, there's two, and one of them is Zach Brown. So I guess you have to tell me, when Zach Brown, when it feels like he takes up like half the episode of someone who's not a contestant on this season, how did that make you feel?
I thought that one, no disrespect, I don't know who he was. And I'm sure, as Jeff says, he's a very popular country singer band, question mark. And he sold out stadium. So awesome, great thing. But it kind of like, I think it took away from Survivor. Like I get that they want to make season 50 super special, super awesome, but I watch Survivor for these Survivor people making making moves, like creating relationships. And you just took like, I don't know, what felt like 30 minutes of the scenes of him playing guitar, which again, no disrespect. I'm sure he's great. And he's a great fan. And I do feel bad because like I watched it as a kid, I watched it with my kids. I love that for you. But as a viewer, I don't care as much. Is that bad? Does that mean I feel really bad because I know that he's a very big fan. Um but I just think that it was unnecessary, and I hope there's no more celebrities to come. I hope this is it.
See, I feel like you wouldn't just randomly have this one celebrity, so I feel like you will not get your wish, but we'll have to see. Uh,
No. I also
I
feel yeah, what did you feel? Did you like it, not like it? As a longtime Survivor fan, what were your thoughts when you saw this?
I mean, it was verging on being like some of the worst stuff that I've seen on
The
the show.
worst
But
stuff you've seen on
but
the show.
but what
Wow.
but but what took it out of that like very clearly out of that territory is he like is a Survivor fan. Talked about Survivor,
Yes.
like came up with uh his own reward, which is not quite as cool as coming up with, let's say, a challenge or a game mechanic, but still He did the thing. He went out on on the water. He stayed at least that day on the island, flew out there. So I do appreciate that, and thank goodness for that. Because if not, like if it was someone who doesn't care about the show at all, just happens to be here, that would have been terrible. Um, but but yeah, I didn't like it because it barely had story relevance. Usually, like if I'm gonna think of this as rather than a reality competition TV show, just TV show period. Usually you like shows because of the storylines coming on that and how they advance and everything. It didn't really have that. Like it was all self-contained storylines of people who wanted to see Zach Brown or not, and are happy to be there or not. That won't probably is not gonna come. I mean, maybe it'll come up, but it doesn't seem like that will be relevant for the rest of the season. So that's what I was missing for me.
Yeah, I also feel like I heard of him talk. He had more confessionals than some of the players in the game. And, it's not episode 1, so it's kinda weird to get so much of his backstory when he wasn't a contestant, and yeah, and the people that are actually contestants weren't getting any of that. So I just thought it was a little weird. I just thought it was kind of, like, out of nowhere too. Like, what? In what world? I mean, I feel like some people were like, "WTF?" Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but Camilla, don't lie, you don't know who it is, and you could care less. Suri was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll be excited because everyone else is excited, but who the hell is he?" You know? But, I don't know, I just thought it was kind of took a lot of time, and, I didn't find it necessary. I also, like, a little birdie told me, not me, claimed that the fishing scenes were fake, so I need someone to fact check
Oh
that.
no. Well, I mean, so well, there's actually 2 levels of fakeness. The first level of fakeness is that people were impressed that he went, quote, "spearfishing," because that's what he said he was gonna do, and then he arrives a fish. So they're like, "Wow, like, I didn't even know that was possible to get these big." But no, when the survivors are spearfishing, they have just a tiny like, just a stick with the with the rope that lets you kind of, it's like a tension spear that fires. So they're thinking that's what he did, but he has this like huge setup contraption, and that's just what we see. You're right. I mean, it could just be like people handed him fish. It's very possible.
Yeah,
But
I
actually,
I would trust
honestly,
him. No, I'm kidding.
like that's not story relevant. So I don't necessarily care about it. If you think about it, it's just a like relaxing food reward, and there's and actually music is pretty unique. I can't think. Well, instrumental music, I think, is pretty rare as a reward. I think that there are rewards where they're singing, but it's not too often in the show's history you get to hear music, so that could be I mean, you could count that as a valuable and unique reward. So the reward itself is okay, but just the amount of time spent on it and with Zach himself, you're right, getting all so many confessionals. The last thing I'll say on it is if it was someone that I idolized and, like, fanboyed over, how much more okay with it would I be?
Yeah, that's
Especially
fair.
especially the confessionals, like, I don't get if Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees is there, I barely ever get to hear him talk and his thoughts,
Uh,
confessional or not, so that would be cool, but probably the play was way less confessionals, way less screen time, but then have something you can watch on, like, Paramount Plus that's extra, and it sounds like there is something extra, so even more than we got, you can watch even more, so they were
no
halfway there with that
way.
plan anyway, so I haven't watched it, so let's just say it's like 5 minutes of things you could watch on Paramount Plus right now. Make that 10 minutes worth of stuff and cut out 5 minutes from the show.
Yeah, I do agree. I think it depends. I'm sure there's a lot of country fans that would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! He said that!" And everybody's freaking out, but us. But I do think for me, it kind of got lost. Because everyone's like, "Oh, this is, like, the best reward ever. This is about," like, if anything, I think, like, certain rewards where they're in, like, the cultural rewards where they're, like, within the culture, in a village, or where they're where, like and eating with them, I think those are way more amazing, you know? Like, that's, like, what I think personally. I think those are way better rewards. So, yeah.
Now, besides the Zach Brown of it all, the actual main storyline was on the Vatu tribe, and that is so in the previous episode 3, Q I mean, I won't go so far as to say he got himself voted out, it's just bad luck, he asks to be voted for, and he actually gets voted out, so Q's gone, and that leaves Ozzy and Stephanie a bit in the dark here, like, at least in terms of that was gonna be the core alliance, and now that's been shattered, and so they're left having to pick up the pieces, and Stephanie plays it more neutral, though clearly by her interactions, she's with Ozzy. That's her, like, main person she trusts. Ozzy does reciprocate, but he tells us really what he wants to happen is he wants to be Mike's number 1. But Mike already has a number 1, Angelina, therefore, Ozzy wants to his main purpose for targeting Angelina is to get her out of the picture so that he can be with Mike.
I'm dying because this plot is so, like it's giving K-drama. It's giving, like, "Oh, I don't want you to be with my man, so I'm gonna kill you first." It's just the way it is, but I get it. It's just, like, the way it was done was just like, "Murder! My favorite man's, like, girl," and it's like, "Okay."
Yeah,
I also
I
don't
think
see
it's
them that
okay, but
close, like, did you see them being
no.
close, right? Like, I was like, "What? Mike? Ozzy? You would not you would not." I don't know why. I don't know why you would want to work with Mike. No offense, Mike, but why? Why Mike, bro?
Yeah, I guess semi credit to Mike for being someone that people wanna ally with,
I
although
guess.
what did Christian joked like, "Oh, I guess he's not gonna have a" or he really wants that cameo on White Lotus, what
Yep.
Christian was joking.
Yeah, but I feel like low key, it could be real, you know? Just to get on a good side of. Or maybe Ozzy is thinking, like, if I get to final 3 or final 2 with Mike, I'm definitely gonna get votes because no one's gonna vote a dude that's already a millionaire to be a millionaire, you know? Like, maybe that's
You know,
why?
that's could be, it's possible. I mean, we saw that play out in Mike's season. Not that anyone brought that specifically up necessarily, but he did not win clearly despite being at the end. So maybe it's just it came across a lot of effort for maybe not that much of a reward,
I
and
agree.
especially like, I guess he just didn't wanna hang with Stephanie because he already had someone who wanted to be his number 1. So rather than find a new number 1, find a number 2 might be better and build yourself a new 3 person group. I don't know, especially because it requires splitting up Angelina and Mike, and as far as he knows, also Christian because they think the 3 of them are together too. Uh more odd Ozzy decisions overall, which will
You
become a
know,
trend.
yeah, I don't. I think I think the Ozzy hype was because he was cute. I'm not gonna lie. I think the hype back in 20 years ago
Oh,
was
wow.
because he was good looking and that he was really like he was Poseidon, okay? I'm not saying he's not good at physically, but when you really just hone in on his physical, I mean on his like on his social game, oh my god, he's bad. Oh my goodness, he's bad. And he makes like these bad like temper tantrums when votes don't go his way or people like want to put him out or if like he gets it's just like it's just not a good look, and he doesn't hide it well, which is not good for Survivor.
I don't know if do you remember in the first season of his we watched, that did happen. Like in he was on that was the Race Wars season,
Yes, yes.
and when things like didn't go that way, like he was down and out, he was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna lose now. There was that moment before the mutiny and everything happened. So that's kind of been Ozzy from the beginning.
Yeah, and it's cute and great because that's this good storyline at that time is he wasn't like that, but he ended up building this relationship, not because he tried to. I feel like it's more because they were forced to. You know? It was like everyone they were only those 4 people who ended up it was amazing. In the end, I still love that story. But he but then in the next season when we watch it, was it Micronesia where he was in? Was
Fans
that the one?
versus favorites.
Fans
That's right.
Made sorry.
Micronesia.
Right. Oh, yes, yeah. He was he also couldn't control it. You know, it's like if someone doesn't do it his way, he's not happy, and he was clearly upset that he was blindsided. Like, more like a normal person would be upset, but he was, like, extra upset. And, doesn't make wanting to discuss game plan with you something they would do, and that's what Christian sees too, and it makes sense. Like, I'm a little scared to tell you game plan because if it doesn't go your way, it's like, you know, you are scary and unpredictable, and I don't wanna work like that, and it makes sense. So, I don't know, I feel like Ozzy's, social game could have much to be desired, and, I don't think he's gonna do well long term, like, merge-wise, if he does make it to the merge. I think they're gonna merge soon.
Now that would be interesting. I still don't understand the format of the season, but we can get into that later. Basically, you're saying Ozzy is overrated and
Uh,
maybe
uh,
overrated from the beginning.
oh,
Is what it sounds like.
no. Well, I think he is overrated a little bit. I think people were blinded by how cute he was, period.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Uh, there's plenty of questionable decisions to go around though. So who to pick? I think the
Oh,
next
man,
person
yeah.
to pick is gonna actually no, it'll be I was gonna go Christian, but actually no, Emily first. So
Emily, oh,
Emily already had made questionable decisions before. Now, you and I talked about it. It was weird circumstances because that was when Christian and Devins intended to tell her about the Billie Eilish idol, but I guess they ran out of time. So then Christian whispers it in her ear, so she's blindsided by that, and then she
yes.
goes and tells the other people in the tribe. And so I think we settled on light criticism, but we understood what led to those events, but
Yeah, like, I get it
wished
because
Emily
maybe it's
didn't do
just like yeah, like, it's just like, "Whoa, why did you do that?" But I get it. You're right. It's like, it's not her fault fully, but man, this time, I feel like she gets in her head and then boom, she just words vomits, you know? She doesn't, like, think it through, and it just happens.
it. Yeah, well, this time Christian has created, and we'll get to Christian right after this. Christian has created a pretty delicate 3-2-1 blindside against his ally Mike, or at least his potential ally Mike. His current alliance actually is with Emily, supposedly, because Christian, Emily, Suri, and Devins are supposed to be a group, but they're not on the same tribe right now. And so for this vote, Christian, Emily, and Stephanie are going to vote together. But it will all fall apart if this information leaks. And somehow Emily, while most of them are just sitting at camp, beckons Ozzy over and is basically kind of about to tell him that we actually should vote for Mike, which would just be spoiling the blindside completely. And Christian's reaction is just hilarious.
Oh, man. I know it was like and right and I've never seen him, like, someone go behind someone's, like, be like, "Shh, shh, no more, no more, no, stop it."
I know. It was like The Office. Is what I would see. It's a camera shot
Yes.
you would see in the show.
Yes, and meanwhile, Ozzy's looking at Emily like, "What?" Like, "Okay." And then there's, like, Christian being like, What?" It's just like, eyes bulge, "What the heck? Why did you say that?" And it just makes it so awkward and just so, like It's so it feels fake. It feels, like, scripted, to the point. It's so bad it feels scripted.
I just wanna give you Christian says verbatim in his confessional. Christian says, "Ozzy wanders over to the shelter. First words out of Emily's mouth, 'Ozzy, Mike's coming for me.' E Emily, what is with you? Don't blow it. What are you doing? This you realize the plan's resting on. This is your life. I'm like giving her a death stare. Don't screw this up. I'm putting myself out there for you." She just does it. She just blurts. Oh man, and he goes on and on. And Christian is just losing it. I mean, how funny would it have been if Ozzy just like peripheral vision like turns around to see Christian doing that?
Oh my god. It's just that moment where she's saying, like, she has this, like, I get her where she's like, she wants to play with, like, Ozzy and doesn't wanna, like, obviously by doing this, it, like, creates issues with Ozzy and stuff, and she doesn't wanna get that. I get it 1,000%. But ma'am, can we not can we not do this, please? Like, I
Well,
don't
because
know
Christian's
why.
yeah, because Christian's right. Like this plan exists because you, Emily, were in danger, and Christian has decided he would rather keep you safe than not, and in fact would rather keep you than Mike.
Yes, which is crazy good, and you should not, like, destroy your whole thing for that. And, like, I don't know.
Well, and also like she's doing it in front of like
Yes,
I
but
don't know
why
that
didn't
I
she
don't know
go
that
to
we
the
would have.
side and be like, "Hey," like, if she were to do it, maybe it's like, "Hey, I hear from some people that, like, they might go for me tonight," and then period. That's it, you know? I'm a little, rather than there. I think Stephanie was there and Christian was there, and then you just say, "They're coming for me." Like, what? Who's coming for you? Winter is coming for you, Emily? Like, what? Like, what is happening?
So yeah, but you know what? Emily kind of for a while has been like, do I really even want to be in this alliance anyway? Like she kind of wants to be with Ozzy, it seems. So maybe she's just trying to have it both ways, and like maybe I could have Ozzy and Christian and everybody else. It'll be great. Um, so yeah, Emily, you are making yourself unreliable and untrustworthy, which is not good.
No,
That
not at
will not
all.
help you in a future situation where you need allies.
It makes her a very, like, finicky player to play with. I would be scared that you're just, like, blabbering or you make rash decisions, and then Christian just still works with her. I mean, love that for you, Christian, but come on now, really?
Well, of course, so now Christian. Okay, so here's Christian's dilemma. Uh, Mike, who has kind of been a driving force in a couple episodes, including this one, Mike has decided that he wants uh Emily to be the target. And his thinking is there's a couple different things. Emily legitimately has looked a little untrustworthy and suspicious, but also he knows Emily comes from Christian's original tribe. It would be nice to have Christian Angelina to himself. Uh, and he doesn't want to blindside Christian, so he's told Christian this plan. Christian has a dilemma. He could agree with this and just let Emily go, or he could attempt to save Emily. And interestingly, while Christian and Mike are talking about it with each other, Mike kind of goes for the kill shot, and he brings up, "Look, Christian, you're making the same mistake you did last time.
Yeah.
You're allowing another Gabby to influence your decisions."
Talk about blast
And
in the past, though.
uh,
Like,
I
geez,
know.
Mike. Didn't have to come for him like that. You're
Yeah.
getting another
Now, yeah,
nerdy girl to get you. It's like, oof, okay.
yeah. I now interestingly, I mean, it's not like Gabby got Christian voted out. Actually, if you recall, Gabby tried to get him out, but because the plan got leaked, Christian saved himself, or or someone played idol for him. I forgot exactly what happened, but Gabby goes home that night actually. But Christian is the doesn't go too long after that, and I guess the main thing is if Gabby had not decided to betray him, then that they could have been a duo longer. Maybe if he gets to the end.
For
So Mike's
sure.
saying like, "Hey, Emily might that may be like she's not gonna be reliable." And honestly, more evidence that Mike is just right about that, by the way.
Yeah,
For
he was
Emily
pretty
not
right on the
seeming
menu.
reliable.
He was right
Uh,
on the money on that. Like, I mean, it hurts, it sucks to hear that, but you're right. I mean, I do agree. Like, if I was Christian, I would work with Angelina and Mike because we build a relationship. It makes sense. I guess it makes for a quote unquote boring game because you just know that they're going to work with, so it won't be as fun. But like, it just makes more sense logically to keep at like this alliance they have, which is them being the Goliath, you know? The Goliath is they're the Goliath of that, you know? In a way, it's funny because at the time they were split off, obviously, but in this moment, these 3 are the Goliath, and they could have, like, done it, you know? Like, I don't know, I just feel like I don't know why he's protecting Emily so much. Like, I don't get how I guess it is the nerdiness and then just rubbed off
yeah.
and this
I mean, they are
relationship.
supposed to be an alliance. There is
Yes,
there is
I
that
know,
four-person
but it's just
alliance, you know?
like, ugh, I don't know. I just like I just feel like Emily's done enough where I would be wary of working with her anymore.
Well, yeah, especially after. I guess, like, maybe could he have pivoted after that drama where he has to, like, be gesturing behind Ozzy's back? I mean, maybe. Although then Christian himself is gonna look very flip-floppy to Stephanie now if he has to be like, "Actually, Stephanie, no, we're switching it. It's gonna be Emily again." But,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know, questionable. I mean, Christian survives this and is not one of the targets. And by the way, it does work. The 3-2-1 vote, it's usually very exciting, and it was for me at least, is successful. Christian, Emily, and Stephanie vote for Mike, and that isn't supposed to be enough because that's only 3 out of 6. But because he knows that Mike and Angelina are voting Emily, and that plan is meant to blindside Ozzy, so them 2 are not telling Ozzy, and then Christian himself, his group doesn't tell Ozzy. That means Ozzy throws a wasted vote at Angelina, which means 3-2-1, and suddenly your plurality is enough without having a majority. So it's actually like it is a very good plan, and it is executed well in terms of results. But should he have done it? I don't know. I mean, we'll see
I
how
don't
far
know. I
Christian
don't
with
know why
Emily even goes.
Stephanie's still there. I'm sorry. I don't know why she's still there. I wish Stephanie was voted out sooner.
Yeah, Stephanie's been well. It's not quite that it's been disappointing that she hasn't been a main character despite being in every episode because these guys keep going to tribal council, but, uh, it just so happens that honestly, if Q survives, maybe she's a main character because then, like, the Q, Ozzy, and Stephanie alliance, like, takes control. Um, I'm still optimistic, like, the one thing that I liked from Stephanie's seasons is clearly like she's a competitor gamer and is like always trying. Uh it's just that and I think that's still true here. It just there she's never the majority in numbers. So the most she can do is pick someone to join. And it would have been great if Ozzy wanted to be our number one, but Ozzy isn't really making an effort to make that happen. So she's stuck until there's a merge or swap, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't see her doing a whole lot, but I guess it's good, like, for her gameplay because by being quiet, you're actually, like it's better for you that you're not, like, causing any issues and,
Yeah. You know,
you know,
it's
you're
good at
you're
least.
staying through it.
Yeah, at least she's, like, in conversations at all, she could just be left out completely, she just votes wrong every time, so that would be the worst case scenario, but something has to change for me to, like, believe that Stephanie will, like, make a big run in the season. So last things in this episode, I have to scroll past the Zach Brown part. Let's see, Charlie gets, like, manhandled
Oh my
by
gosh, that was
Job.
hilarious. I thought that was so funny of, like, Jonathan, and they were doing their, and they they were doing a whole, like, talent show, essentially,
Yes.
and, like, Dee, Siri, Camilla were the judges, per se, and then we got Rizzo, who was Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and then we got Juggling Devin, who was terrible, per Camilla, And then there was, like, a whole act of fighting, scene, with Jonathan and Charlie, which I personally think should win the number 1, but maybe it's some sort of foreshadowing, but the girly pops picked Rizzo as their winner. And interestingly enough, you see, like, Charlie doing this whole speech about "You just watch," and da 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 and da da da. And at first I'm like, "Oh, that's funny," and then he kept going, and then I'm like, "Okay, now it sounds a little too deep." And
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm like, "Why is it so long now, Charlie? Now it seems like you're attacking these people. Like, don't do that in Survivor. Anything could be taken out of context, and you are giving the context for them."
Charlie continues the narrative as well of has blood feud with Rizzo.
Yes, he's
Uh,
like, "I hate losing, but I hate losing more against Rizzo." You know,
calls out Liz too, which is great.
Yes, yes, shout out Liz. I'm pissed. Last previous episode I was saying like Rizzo should not have said that. Why did he say he worked with the person and didn't vote for them? I maybe he wasn't sure at that time if Savannah was still alive and didn't want to like blue Savannah's cover. I don't know, but now that I think about it, maybe that could be a reason, but I don't remember where exactly he did because Savannah left pretty early, but maybe that's why, and he can't, he can't be like, "Oh, Savannah was my number 1," because he will be working with Savannah obviously here, so
I guess
uh,
that's possible too. Maybe, maybe. Um,
I'm just so
I d
sad they couldn't work it out together, in another universe, Rizzo said, "Yep, I worked my number 1, I voted for her and she won, always for my girl." And then Charlie would have been like, "Oh, yep, we love a loyal man." And
oh
the
yeah, I
end.
mean he would have like sworn loyalty at that point.
Yes, yes. They are so, they have same vibes, you know? Like, I feel like they're just a little different font, but they got same vibes, and it just sucks to see it all gone, And I think the ghost of Maria just never left him, and I feel really bad for Charlie?
Yeah, yeah. And let's see anything else. Things continue to look bad for Aubrey,
Oh,
although
yeah. Genevieve trying to
she
look for Aubrey. Aubrey!
yes.
Aubrey's
and
like, "Shut the F up."
yeah. It's at least Aubrey knows she's the target and has the idol. So like she can defend herself if need be, but having only one ally in Tiffany is not going to be enough.
Yeah, and it seems like everyone else is together and doesn't want Aubrey, and so it makes it a little worrisome for Aubrey. I do love that, like, Genevieve, like, while barely even looking, found it right away and got the other Billie Eilish. The more it said, I thought there would be, like, more different types of idols. I was not expecting that the only idols available are the Boomerang, Billie Eilish Boomerang idol. It's like, okay, how
Here's
many
here's
times do I
a
have to hear this?
here's a gripe I have though. I mean, I've wanted this for like 10 seasons, no, 20 seasons in a row now, still waiting for it. I always want when they put the subtitle of the person's name there, just tell me what advantages are in play because this
Yeah.
it is a it is a bit much to keep track of with the boomerang idol. Like
Yes.
I need to remember who currently has it and who gets it if they get voted out. Like
Yes.
in the next episode, Rizzo will be in danger. I'm like, okay, he does have that idol, and if he does get voted out, it's gonna boomerang to Genevieve, so I'll keep that in mind. But
Did Genevieve give it to another person? It was Kyle, right? Or no? No, it wasn't. Just kidding. No, it wasn't not Kyle.
uh no,
She was working
Ozzy
with Kyle. It was
is
Ozzy,
who
I see.
because we criticized like, oh, do you like would you really give it to someone who previously has been voted out with an idol? So they probably wouldn't let it happen again. And then this time she did Rizzo, her
Who's
ally.
never gonna use the idol, not for real.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah.
And
Uh
I and then with Rizzo got the I was like, how do every season I get the idol? It's like, babe, this is your second time. Don't act like this is your third season.
Well, look,
Uh,
that'll be a good clip if, like, he comes back for a 3rd time,
you
and
know what?
also
That's fair. Then he definitely I would be like, yep, 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 that's impressive.
uh, So yeah, I mean, I think that's everything really we need for episode 4. Um oh, actually, let me just call out the challenge was called Arch Nemesis, which is when you had to as a challenge in the water. You have to jump in, get to a platform, get 2 buckets, and then use the buckets to unsink a boat and then drag the boat onto shore and then drag it from shore into, like, a contraption and then push it through this, like, these rails to the end. R oh, and also you're underneath a net while you're doing that, and then finally get to an arch puzzle
This
that
one
we
was
saw
rough.
in 46, and basically Vatu gets crushed and
Oh my
destroyed.
gosh, it's so sad because I just remember, like, Jeff being like, "It's not over, you're still in it," and it's like, they're, like, almost done with their final 2 letters, and they're still trying to attempt to move this darn boat that won't budge. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's hard because sample size is still low, even when you take every single challenge the whole season, that sample size is even that's low, but what I'm thinking is, if every challenge was only first place gets immunity, then in that challenge, it would've been exciting because it's a race between the other 2 tribes. But on the other hand, there's other challenges where if it was only one, well, one tribe just crushes the other 2, so then those would be boring. So I guess it can go both ways, but um, and then every person that steps out, like after they lose, Jeff's like, "And all right, here comes Mike, here comes
I
Christian."
know.
Here as they walk out of
And they were in the again, the camera, they literally had there was no cameras during the challenge inside that net. I did not remember any scenes for that, but they had scenes of them crawling out, the POV of the cameraman inside the net. So they probably were like, "Hold on, let us get the cameraman in," and then start like, "All right, crawl out now. Crawl of shame, crawl."
Ah, but all right, now we move on to episode 5, which is called Open Wounds.
Oh, that's
Uh,
deep.
yeah, I mean, most of this episode, funny enough, like, so we don't have something like Zach Brown take up the whole episode, but honestly, I think there's less to talk about. It's weird. Like, I don't think like that 3-2-1 vote fascinated me in the previous episode, so I had a lot to think
Yes,
about.
it's smart. It's smart thinking that. I feel like this one was just I don't wanna say too easy, but some of them was obvious. You know, like, we have this like, we have obviously, this one, we had the surprise of, like, 2 tribes going home, like, 2 eliminations, right? And then there's Cobra, like, I knew that. It's like, dude, whatever. Anyways, and in the end, I was like, I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, I'm more new, so I wasn't expecting double, so to me, I was like, "Oh my gosh." But even, like, before that, you kinda have this, like it already is not going well. 'Cause Ozzy's like, "What the heck? You took out my like, what could have been my number 1, so I can't trust you all." So that's already a little bad blood there, if you get what I mean. And then there is, like, Charlie and Rizzo. And there's D that's like, "I don't wanna work with these dudes," you know? I don't want like, they wanna do this all plan, I'm just here for the plan, I don't wanna be a part of that. I wanna which is smart. I think that's smart on D, and D wants to work with Rizzo and be like, "Do you wanna work with the girls?" And Rizzo's like, "All I do is work with the girls. I don't wanna be the dudes. I wanna be the girly pops." And I, again, love that. So he and then they end up pulling in Suri, which incredible. Everybody wants to work with Suri. I don't know how Suri does it. She literally was the person to be first boot, first episode. And now she's working on a pretty decent alliance with, later on being Camilla as well. Well, we'll see how Camilla goes, but right now it is D, Rizzo, Suri, and, Camilla working together. And I just hate seeing Charlie, like, he is running on emotion. It's emotion full stop. Like, in 46, he had such great gameplay, and in this one, I feel like he faltered due to the emotion of wanting Rizzo out. I feel like if he put that aside, put the fact that he did not vote for his number 1, I think it would have gone better. He would have worked with Rizzo, and it would have been great. They would have so vibed. They were vibing. They were sitting in a hammock together working on plan talk. It's like they could have vibed, but I think that although we can't see, that Charlie doesn't like Rizzo or Rizzo noticing it, I think Rizzo knew. Like, Rizzo knows, and Rizzo's like, "I can't work with this guy." He doesn't wanna work with me, period, either. So, it's just sad seeing that.
Yeah, I think eventually you pick up the vibe. Just well, and then Charlie just seals his own fate by attempting. It is a good plan on paper. So Charlie has sworn vengeance. He's called Rizzo his mortal enemy, and his first attack is he wants to sow dissension between Rizzo and everybody else. So he lies and says, well, first he just asks, "Hey, did you tell anybody else about the Billie Eilish idol?" And when like after that plays out, it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm asking you because Jonathan like said something about you might having it." And unfortunately, this failed miserably because Rizzo doesn't buy it at all, and he doesn't buy the story at face value. He's like, "I don't think Jonathan would even do that, and I know he doesn't know." And then B, like probably just like body language and reading Charlie felt suspicious. It was in the middle of the night, so
Yeah, like, why
all
in the
bad.
5 in the morning you couldn't wait a little bit to just talk to him, like, and just random it just didn't work, you know? It faltered, and it's sad.
Yeah, and now you've given because the one thing Rizzo's good at, like he can weaponize the truth and then exaggerate what he needs to. So now he can go to D and tell the truth and recount that story about Charlie, and then he can add anything else he needs to it to exaggerate and D, I don't know if she seriously wanted to work with Rizzo or not, but she's she's a great player and knows when to like take advantage of an opportunity. So she feels the wind blowing in Rizzo's direction and like, you know what? He's giving me information. Why not?
Yeah.
Uh,
Information's big, and like being the first to tell someone an information is a big deal, which, later on Rizzo does tell Suri. And wait, actually he goes to Camilla and tells
yes.
Camilla, and that Camilla, and he even throws in like, Kyle was like a brother to me. I want to work with him. He was like before his dying words to work with Camilla. She's great. It's like, oh my god. And then even Camilla's like, I don't know. Kyle was like barely there for like a millisecond. Why the hell would he even like tell you all this shit? Like, he would not, you know? And I like that. I think that makes me really love the fact that Kyle and Camilla worked together for 48? Yes, 48. Um, so I do like that. It's just, it's just but the thing is that although he says all this stuff and Camilla doesn't believe him fully, it's still like Camilla's smart. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna work with this. Whatever. I have nobody to work with. I might as well do that." And then she ends up being in the middle because Charlie's like, because she's also part of the Charlie, um, Jonathan, and what's the other guy's name?
Oh, Devon's.
Devin. Yeah, Devin's. She's also part of that, but she's also like in both alliances. She's kind of like the side person. She's not anybody's main like Kyle was, and not even like a secret main like how it was previously. But Charlie ends up going up to her and telling her the Billie Eilish idol. It's just like, oh my gosh, how many times do I have to hear this? I love you, Billie Eilish, but please, please. Um, I just and then Camilla said like he's a slow player because he was a step behind Rizzo. And that again puts it together where you gotta be fast on these things, If you're not the first one to tell me this, I already assumed you told someone else, or you're just telling me because you're worried that, like, someone else told me beforehand, and yeah, you're right, you're slow, and I'm not one of your main alliances.
Yeah, it's and I mean, and Charlie knew it. His confession was like, "I want to tell her before Rizzo does," but he wasn't fast enough, clearly. Uh, so this will end in fact, I guess we should just focus on Charlie and Rizzo. So that storyline persists the whole episode, and it does end up being Camilla who has to choose between the two groups. She's choosing between Charlie, Jonathan, and Devon's. or she can go with Suri D and Rizzo, and she goes with the latter group. And that spells the end for Charlie. Vengeance is not served, and Charlie's adventure ends.
I'm sad because he didn't even make it to the merge, you know? Like, I just I feel really bad because Charlie was robbed of his win, to be honest. My opinion. But and I just it sucks to see that, but maybe like, to be able to come back at a season 50, like, honestly, every single one of these people, like, they're it's an awesome, to be invited back to be a part of this monumental, like, season. I just hope that maybe once he, like, maybe heals from Maria, this whole I mean, like, who cannot hurt, you know? Who cannot hurt by losing $1,000,000? Like, I would be hurt.
Of
So I feel like
course.
once he is no longer, like, in this game for vengeance, I think it would be better, and I hope he has another chance, but it's hard to heal from that, like, it's not like, I think people joke around it and stuff, and I think he has TikToks about joking about it's true hurt, it's true pain. $1,000,000 is life-changing, so to lose that is just that's just tough. So I feel that for him. And, I just really wish Rizzo and Charlie worked together. I just really felt like they could have made a really good team.
My take is so Charlie is hurt and betrayed by Maria, an ally who ended up not voting for him. Is it fair to say, could you say that Charlie performing mediocrely in this season alone, so no Maria involved, as in terms of an alliance, does that actually give credence to Maria's decision in terms of voting for a caliber of player? Does this actually make Charlie look worse now? Like, oh, without Maria, you really weren't as good of a player, which is part of the
Playing
reason
devil's
why you
advocate,
did
huh?
not get that vote in your season. I mean, maybe, maybe. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think the seasons are very different. Like, just because I'm sure there are past, like, people that went far and then, like, once they come back for a certain season, depending on who they're playing with and against, they end up being the first boot or one of the few first people that don't make the merge, you know? You can go from, like, the one of the best to the very bottom very fast. So, it's a complicated game. It's not a cookie cutter game. You can't play the same, or you can't play, like, the people also changing, you know? So, I don't think so. I think he played really well in 47. I think he did excellent. Wait, 46, sorry. 46, he did
46.
great. I still think he's amazing. I don't think because of everything here takes away from that, Like, his bad game here doesn't take away his good game in another season. I don't think that's fair.
That probably is a good way to think of it. It's so hard to for people who play more than once to like judge their career and give like a career rating versus a season by season. Like you kind of have to be like who've we seen multiple times? Like we've seen Amanda multiple times. So we could say like Amanda season 15 has a score. Amanda season 16 has a score. But it can be hard to just give Amanda overall a score.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I actually truly think that Amanda, when she returned in Fans versus Favorites, was way better than her China performance. I do think that's better.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But then I think it'd be hard for you now to be like, how how is Amanda overall versus
That's
Charlie
true,
overall?
yeah.
That's hard now because it's
'Cause you
multiple
always
seasons
think
for
about the latest.
both.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. It's
yeah,
kinda like
okay.
in a movie when you have a really good first movie and the sequel just messes you up. It's so bad that you're like, "Wow, the bad movies." Like, you just kinda correlate these 2 together now, you know? You're just like, "Wow, the first one was so good," but then when the second is a bad movie, you just start to be like, "Oh, it's so bad." Like, that's all people can talk about. Not respect how good the first one is, but how bad the second one is.
Yeah, yeah. So this doesn't bode well actually for Jonathan and Devons, who they're surprised by this and now find themselves in danger. And think of it this way. I just thought of this right now. I was giving you a bit of a hard time for our talk on Christian, being like, but should he really let Emily go? He's part of that alliance. Well, in this tribe, Suri's like, I don't need him. I'll just join these other people. Too bad, Rick.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
leaves Devon's on the other side.
That's true. I mean, Cerie's another like a player that I just will never like. I don't think she's a one in a million, you know? Like there's something about her that people are as attracted to and people respect, people love, and they keep her, you know? Like something about it. And it's just crazy how everyone wanna gravitates and work with her despite like they just know she's like really good, but yet they still wanna work with her, you know? And it's I just love it. I love her. She's incredible.
Yeah, at a certain point, hopefully F comes around to this eventually. At a certain point, she's so successful, even when you think it doesn't if you think it doesn't make sense, you think her decisions aren't optimal and shouldn't work out. But the more it just works out for her, you just have to be like, you know what? I gotta respect it. It's working.
Yes.
Let's see her gonna win.
Yes, I
That's where
agree.
you land. Uh, but yeah, I guess she without much of care in the world, just not that necessarily switching alliances, but she chooses not to clue in Devon's clearly. So like if it had been Emily, Emily definitely would have told everybody. So
Oh my gosh,
uh
1000%. Emily will be like, "Oh my god, it's not gonna work out. If I don't tell him, he's not gonna wanna work with me. Oh my gosh, I gotta send it over." Like, boom, done. Easy. Got it.
like if next episode Devon's is like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll still work with Suri, then that's just another example of
That's the
uh,
power. And like
it
there's
just
no like bad bloods. I still wanna work with Suri, then that tells me, wow, you are one baddie, and I love it.
now for Vatu, uh it it actually is straightforward. The show confuses it a bit for us for our benefit, so it's not boring. But really, Angelina's a target and it's been a target. Originally, it was because the three David versus Goliath people are there. Then, at least for Ozzy, it's they want to make Mike be alone, and now it's more like, well, I've been trying to get her out. We've been trying to get her out like all this time. Christian targeted Mike and left Angelina out of it. So clearly Christian's already against Angelina. Uh, like not that he dislikes her, but more like, well, she's obviously not going to trust me now, so there's no reason for me to try to work with her at this point. Uh, Ozzy similar, although Ozzy's hot after this. I mean, he uh, has what people described as a bit of a temper tantrum, public public temper tantrum. Uh, Never good. We talked about his lacking social game before. It's just there's really no benefit to letting that outburst just be in front of everybody.
Yeah, again, bad social skill. Why would you do that? You're really clearly telling me how you really feel, and you have no, you cannot hold it in, and that's not good for anybody that
Yeah,
wants to play with you. You know, you can't like. I also love like the last, the last. I forgot to say they no, not this one. It's this one, right? Yeah. No, sorry, it was the last one where Mike tells Angela, like, they're voting for you, and then he's like, calm down," and it reminds me of, like, their season. I think they said something similar because it feels very, like I feel like a deja vu going on. Um, but yeah, I was just saying, like, I don't it's just their reactions, and also, like, Ozzy's just not good at hiding his emotion on that, and I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't feel angry or stuff, like, you should, you can, but in a game of Survivor, it's kinda like, yeah, no, you know? The current meta is being like, "Oh, I get it, thank you, good thing it's not me," right? That's, like, what Stephanie did, like, being like, "Thank you for not voting me out," you know? Like, instead of being like, "Why do you vote out my person? You blindside me," it was more like, "Thank you for not being at me," you know?
yeah, and like people like basically you just lie and be like, don't worry, I understand, and everybody
Yeah,
knows you're
yes.
lying, but it's like a mutual understanding and people are able to move on. And
Mhm.
then you get to work in the morning on like how you're gonna pivot. So he's just really hurt. Christian has like great lines all episode, mostly about criticizing Ozzy and calling him a baby about it. Like, and it gets progressively more aggressive in his take on that as the episode goes on. Uh, but for now, in the beginning of the episode, Christian's like, "Well, I need to just try to mend the fence. I can't believe he feels this way." Ozzy, who has like more experience than any of us on this show, and he's still hurt by it, but it is where it is. Uh, Funny enough, Emily, despite the chaos, ends up in a pretty good place because, like, while she was in danger last to vote, now the heat is on Christian, on Ozzy, and then slightly on Angelina. Nothing really targeting her, and she's put into work with Ozzy. So now Ozzy clearly doesn't like Christian, but he might like me, so that's good. So Emily ends up in a good place.
Yeah, yeah, I think right now she's okay. But I forgot to say, like, the trust has been broken by Ozzy and Christian. Like, Ozzy cannot get over this hump of this distrust of taking out his best man, Mike. And he was like, "You want me to trust you? You want me to work with you or trust you? Okay, give me your shot in the dark." Which is such a I don't recall this ever happening before. Has it happened before that I don't remember?
It has happened before, but it's been awkward most times. Um, in term because you're talking like give me your shot in the dark as a form of trust. That's what you're talking about.
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Um, it's tough because for exactly what Christian says, like, so you're not gonna work with me unless I leave myself defenseless. But then again, on the other side, well, if you don't give it to me, are you saying you don't trust me? You think I'm gonna vote for you? It is actually kind of a it's kind of like the nuclear option though to use this weapon, but it like I feel like everybody loses. Like this for Ozzy, like this is this will not instill trust. This will do the opposite that the person you're doing. But if they actually do give it to you, then they are defenseless if you want to target them, and if they don't give it to you, well, then I mean you have your answer. Then they don't trust you, and you are kind of it's kind of free game to target them. That's how so Christian, when that happens, he at first he doesn't do it, but at the end ultimately he does. Uh and it's kind of a math problem because shot in the dark is a 1 in 6 shot. So Christian's gambling that giving the shot in the dark away to Ozzy is gonna give him more than a 1/6 chance of Ozzy not targeting him. Because if he keeps the shot in the dark and wants to use it, well then that's a 1 in 6 shot.
Yeah. I think it's just awkward. It just doesn't make a good relationship here. It's like I just think I don't mind. I think giving my shot in the dark is not a big deal, to be honest, because I'm not using it. If I play Survivor, I'm not using this. So yeah. Unless I'm like really SLL, but sure, I will use it my last huzzah, I guess. But I don't find any beneficial using it because let's say I do get the 1 out of 6, I will die next time. It's gonna happen. But my thing is, sure, take it, but it's just kinda feel like, "Wow, you really needed that, and are you gonna give it back to me after tonight? Like, what's happening? Are you gonna
That's true.
keep it in your
He
bag
doesn't have to.
forever?"
He could just keep it forever. Yeah, if he wants to.
Yeah, I and how does this work? Can I go back in his bag and grab my shot in the dark? Like, will
Oh, no.
Survivor be like,
You
"No, you
gave it
can't
you
you
gave it
gave it
up willingly. You
away."
can't
I
that
see.
now your shot the only asterisk is your advantage is his advantage now, but he can't use it, which is a little awkward because
No.
that's not how it works for any other advantage. If you
Yeah,
notice that die, like, had Christian's name on it.
yeah.
Um,
That's pretty cool.
so, at least, I mean, they have not established that you can do that. Maybe you can. It's never
Yeah,
been
I
a
mean,
no one's
what
ever
if he
tried to
uses
use
the shot in the
somebody
dark
else's
for
shot in the
Christian?
dark.
He's like, "You're not voting tonight, Christian.
Oh,
You
I didn't
have
even think of it
1
that way.
in
Oh,
6
okay.
chance of maybe of being okay, but you're 5 or 6 chances of not having a vote tonight."
Oh my god. That would be wild. Well, I guess so let's finish this off here. The so Ozzy does at first want to target Angelina, that's plan A. But eventually he's decided, you know what? Even with the shot in the dark thing, I don't think I want Christian. So he talks to Emily and Stephanie, but not at the same time, to say like maybe we should target Christian. Emily, as she does, goes back and reveals all this to somebody, and that somebody is Christian himself. That's another more Christian quotes about Ozzy being a big baby. And the Christian contemplates then, like, do I strike back? Do I attempt to target Ozzy now? But no, actually, his response is to then give Ozzy the shot in the dark. So his plan is maybe this will make him not target me this vote. Um, so I thought that was interesting. That a lot of people when they hear their name, their instinct is, all right, let me create a plan to target that person now.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
that's like the
yeah.
flip to them.
And I wonder if had Christian tried that, if it would have like completely backfired. Like if if then like Emily goes back to Ozzy and be like, "Oh, Christian's gonna vote for you," and then Stephanie, who's with Ozzy, is like, "Well, I'm not gonna vote for Ozzy," so and then suddenly Christian goes home.
Yeah, I think it was smart that he didn't do that because, like, this is really solidifying both sides. Is it risky? Yes, but it does solidify both sides that both they trust each other now. I give you my shot in the dark. Here you go. Like, I trust you. You trust me. We work together. By doing that, you have a good game. By not doing that, you kind of it's just shaky in the end. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, yeah, and so it is Angelina that goes home. So basically what they must have done is kind of agreed, let's keep targeting Angelina, and then like, hey, I trust you, Ozzy. Here's my shot in the dark. We'll go with your plan, which you said, Ozzy, you want to target Angelina. We'll do that, and then Ozzy agreed. So Angelina goes home, but not before she gives her jacket to the rest of the tribe.
That was such a, like, sweet moment. Like, it was such a like, circle, like, from taking wanting someone else's, wanting someone else's jacket when they were voting out, "Natalie, can I have your jacket?" to, "Here's a jacket, it's gonna get cold out." Like, that is sweet. I think she had that plan, Jacket Gate was such a big
Oh
thing
yes, of
on her
course.
season. She definitely planned this out, being like, "All right, this time if I get voted out, I'm gonna give away my jacket." Um, so I thought it was a very sweet moment, and I think seeing the people that have been voted out before get voted out again, you feel for them, but you also see them like it's nice to see that there's no hard feelings, you know? I'm sure it's hard feelings
Well,
now with
unless you're
Mike, you
Ozzy
know? Oh,
or
yeah, yeah,
Mike, yeah.
exactly, yeah, Mike, but at the time when Mike was voted out, he was like, "You little skunks," or you're like, "You stinkers," or something like that. It was just cute. It wasn't, like, malicious, and I was like, "That's very adorbs." But then, yeah, that was not the obviously, that was not the case for long.
Yeah. Interestingly, uh Jenna is the only person who we would say is from, like, OG era, old school, voted out so far, because Kyle is new era, Savannah's new era, Q is new era, Mike and Angelina, maybe you may I think I've heard people say new school versus new era, but still not old school, so that's Mike and Angelina, and then Charlie's new era. Um, so the rest besides Jenna, all the old school people still, going strong. So I do
Yeah.
wonder how long that trend will continue. Um, with that in mind, we didn't do it for the previous episode. So, Mike, do you wish to see Mike White again?
No, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good. As I said, like, I don't know if we wanna see a millionaire winning more millions of dollars.
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with whoever. I mean, if you play the best game, you get the prize. But
I guess.
where I agree with you is if it's gonna be a reason that he'll never get jury votes, well, then it's kind of like
What's the point?
you're taking up a spot if like winning's
Yeah.
impossible.
And I also feel like there's some sort of, um, off ethical play to be like, "If you get close to me, might put you in my show," you know? Like, not that he
No,
said it or
oh, it's like a
anything, I'm not
conflict
saying
of
that he
interest.
said
Okay.
that, I just think it's kind of weird and it makes it like, anybody would wanna get close to him. I think anybody that wants to be, like, in that space wants to be close to him, like, in terms of entertainment and stuff. So, yeah, I just don't find it good, you know? Like, if you have something to hold against somebody not against, but, you know, you have hold to, like, for somebody, then you're kinda adding an outside factor of what they have, outside of this game now. So, I don't know. I don't like it.
I think you actually flipped me. I was about to say yes, like because Mike actually showed a lot of his own agency and strategies in this,
Yes, yes.
which I think actually was present in Dave versus Goliath, but there was just so much else going on. I didn't really think about it at the time. Uh, and then he showed it again in this. I'm like, I mean, this guy, he's like here to play all the time. He was buff this
Yes.
time. He got abs. Uh,
It's not he's
so,
got abs, I'm dying.
s- s- but actually, I flipped myself back. I'm gonna answer yes. Come on back, Mike. I love to see you.
Come on back. Okay, okay.
Uh, do you wish to see Angelina again?
Uh, I think I forgot what I said when I watched David versus Goliath because I think I would have said yes, maybe no. I don't know. But I think this season she played less than she did last season, the season she was in. Um, I don't I think she was it was I think it's because it was like a lot of Mike and Ozzy, Emily, like, and Christian making all, like, the discussion, talk, and Angelina's just here for the ride. I didn't find that she was doing as much this season, so I think I'm okay.
Her story's concluded. Like we said, it's come full circle. I think I'm good. But I enjoyed Angelina both times.
Oh, yes, I did.
Um,
I think she was great, and I think she did her story is done, she gave a jacket away, which is a great conclusion of her story of Jacket Gate. Again, my back thing about Mike, sorry, I had to say one more thing, is that he does play well in terms of as he said in Tribal, what he does for a job is to sell you something. He sells people, production, people, like, that wanna invest in his show that is not even a thing yet, but not a thing yet, but, like, it wasn't to in fruition, but trying to sell you something, and people have to pay money, like, put this back it, and that's what he does. He's a great talker, and that's it is essentially why, people are thinking he is a threat, so I do respect that. I do think he is good in regards to that, not that he's bad. I just felt like I think I don't want someone as much power to coerce other players to come back. And that he could easily be like, "Oh, if you work with me, you get a cameo, you get a big part." And that's a life-changing thing for any normal person that isn't in this space.
okay, yeah, I could see that. I could argue though that millionaire D could be like, hey, if you want to cut of my $1 million, come on to the D Alliance. That I guess
I
that would
don't
be better. That would
I
have been
mean
better for Savannah actually, because
Yeah, I mean
Savannah probably has not got a chance to use her $1 million yet, whereas D
I'm
probably.
shocked that no one's ever been like, "If you pick me for Final 2," or when there was, like, Final 2, like, "I'll split with you $1,000,000."
Oh
If
yeah,
I
no,
win, I'll
that I
split
mean
with
that
you.
is highly,
Is that not
highly
allowed?
against the rule. Oh no, you cannot do that.
Oh, that's not allowed,
That's
okay.
that you will that. I mean, I think you like forfeit all your money
If
and
I
like get
win
fined or
if you
whatever.
guys vote for me, I will give everybody $50,000 that voted for me.
Yeah, no, no, no. And last but not least, do you wish to see Charlie again?
I know that I'm putting my bias in there because he's my fellow Swiftie. Um, oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yes. He's gonna come back stronger than ever. He will I want him to come back, and I think that once he has his brain cleared up from this Maria mess and this dark cloud over him, he will come back stronger than ever, and he's gonna play super well, and I want him to come back for sure.
Interestingly, like, if he comes back, I kinda don't think he'll do well, but
Mm,
I just don't want the story to end like this. So, I
yes.
just want
I'm
it
not
to
done
end
with him.
a different way.
Yeah, I just felt like he was just sad this season.
He
I feel like
was.
it wasn't him. He lost his light and you could see that, you know? He didn't have his it wasn't him when he was back at 40. He had so much like flair to him. He had fun playing the game. But this one he was just like low key like a villain trying to take down somebody, aka Rizzo. Like that's all he had, you know? His eyes were like
Right,
blood.
and
Like it's
like,
just
maybe and if he was thinking straight, even if it was best to target Rizzo, like, you don't go at it alone. Like, you're supposed to do that with either, a number 1 or a full alliance. Like, if he had tunnel vision and let let his bloodlust cloud his judgment. He could have bided his time and struck at the right moment, and as a result, he's gone. So
yeah.
yes, I do want him back to finish the story a different way. Um,
Yes.
but all right, so let us talk our winner picks. So as a reminder, my ride or die is
Oh.
Chrissy, who did nothing this episode. So I have nothing else to say other than no news is good news, I hope.
Yes.
And then my flex is Aubrey, who's been in danger all the time, still in danger now. S- I'm actually at the threshold of jumping ship here, but
Oh.
what I'm gonna hope is that Aubrey has the arrow right now. I'm hoping that, like, if they went to tribal right now, it's clear she's a target. I think she would save herself. And sure, maybe they'd split the votes, so, like, it's not like she'd be able to get anybody out, but that still would mean that she's not going home herself, so I think I'm safe. I'm gonna keep Aubrey, but it's not looking good because not only are you the target, but even if you idle out somebody else to save yourself, you're kind of not only you're still a target, now you're a threat to win because you have a resume item. Uh, you've got no one else who's like really your ally on the other tribes. It's bad. So if she didn't have an idol, I think I would be switching already. But with the idol and with her knowing she's a target, I think I'm safe to keep Aubrey. So I'll be keeping Aubrey for my
No,
team.
my flex and your flex are like mortal enemies, because my flex is Genevieve.
Yes, yes. Well, let's just first your rider died is Christian, who nearly died.
Yes. Yes, that yeah, literally ride and died. He was worrying me. And honestly, I don't know why Christian is I'm very proud of him. I think he's playing way more plays this season than he did previous seasons. Previous season, not previous seasons. But and I love it. And I think he has changed this season. I think he is willing to play more deviously and trying to outsmart and outwit, He's always been smart, but he's been trying to outwit, and I love it. Like, truly, I see him so good, and I'm so happy that he's on my team. He worries me, but you know what? He's worth the worry. It would have killed me if I lost Christian and Charlie tonight. Like, that would have sent me to I will put myself to an exile island as we speak.
Oh, you
Um,
know what? We have Exile. I guess you mentioned Exile Island. I guess that was just like a one episode game mechanic rather than a
thank
season
God.
theme.
Ironically, I bring it back.
Oh,
But I do think I'm good with Christian, and obviously I can't move it, but, Genevieve, I feel good right now because she has the numbers, she has, like, a lot of people that she's working with. I think, like, she and Coach is doing well. Coach likes oh, yeah, we forgot the part where Coach was, like, dubbing, like, Joe a name
Oh,
and
yes, I have those names for
was
you.
like oh,
Uh,
yes, yes!
I gotta get back to where it was.
Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so he has, named himself the Tide Walker. Uh, apparently some these are all have something to do with Japanese cultures, according to Coach. Uh, he has named Joe the Stone Bell Monk, and he has named Colby the Oak-bound Warrior.
I cannot with him. I also you know what? I think F is gonna, like if F was here, he would, like, tease me to say that I'm slowly liking, Coach, but I'm not. I'm just saying I do appreciate he pulls in some Dungeons& and Dragons vibes into it, you know? Like, some nerdy stuff, which I do appreciate,
Yeah,
when
even though,
someone
like,
does that.
he tried to say it wasn't that, and I think
It
that's
is
him
that!
I think that's him knowing his audience, like, I don't know, stereotyping Joe and Colby, they don't seem like D&D
Yeah,
players
they're
to me.
too old to be cool. No, I'm kidding.
Uh, yeah, I this this time with Coach, it feels like the people he's bringing this to, I mean, he is spot on what those people are gonna like, though, whereas in his other season, I mean, everyone was like, "Who is this guy? What what is he talking about?" About
Yeah,
like, so at least
that's true.
it I'm like, this is looking great for Coach right now. I mean, right now, Colby, Joe, and him look very strong. Like none of them would betray each other.
I do
In
think
fact,
they're playing a
the
very loyal game, those 3.
yeah, the most likely to betray would be Coach himself, which is a great position to be in if you are Coach. So, but all right, all right. So Genevieve, you're saying all is well, things look good. Multiple chances to get idols too, if the people that she gifted idols to get voted out. So there's that too.
Yeah, that's true. I think that their team is kinda, like, a little boring because you just got those 3 dudes are like, "I'm a bit loyal, I'm a bit loyal, I'm a bit loyal." I'm like, "Oh, come on. Give me something else, man."
Now, granted,
So,
that
we'll
loyalty hasn't
see.
been tested yet. They haven't gone the
That's
tribal council.
true. That's true. I mean, it put it in perspective when they were saying how I think Ozzy and Emily was like, "We've been in every tribal so far." And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." But then, makes a
Yeah.
great story when they do end up in the finale, you know?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, that's something to say. I've been to every single tribal, and I'm still here. And I mean, that's a powerful like opening statement to start with.
1,000%. Yes, yes. So that could be something, right? If as long as they stay alive, that I mean, like, being in every single tribal is not something to gloat about, and I don't think Jeff would take it either. I also shout out to Jeff making it extra entertaining. We got some rapping prior episodes, and then we got some, like, good, him trying to pretend to be, like, different players. So that was pretty fun.
His impressions, I mean, they were good, and it
They were
didn't seem
really
like he
good.
did multiple takes or anything. It seemed he just had those ready to go.
Oh, how does he do that? I actually am so bad at impressions. How about you, Will? Or do you think you're good at it?
Oh no, no, no! I don't got that skill.
I am really bad at it, actually. So I could never do any of that. But I'm like in awe when people do it though.
Yeah, I
Do
mean
do it. Haha. Just kidding.
Jeff is I don't know. I've been a little up and down on how big the seasons felt. Sometime I think last week's episode was just a big drag for me.
Mhm.
This episode, even though there's less strategic intrigue, uh, I did like Jeff's antics there, and you're always seeing like these great players because it's a returning season, so that's good. Um, I think I need something something big to happen next episode, whether it's another swap, the actual merge. I actually feel like this would be early for a merge, but you never know. Or some other twist game mechanic. I think this is just like the lull of the pre-merge. Even with like all these returning players, we're in a bit of a lull right now, and it's supposed to be 50. It's supposed to be like this big season, and
Do you
we're
think
just a bit of a
it's
lull.
not as
It's a lull.
big as you think it is? Like, did you expect it bigger?
I think I expected more pomp and circumstance, and maybe last week did feel that way for some people, and because I'm not that target audience, I didn't feel it. And
Mhm.
then this episode didn't really have anything like, honestly, this is why there's seasons like Exile Island exist, where there's, like, a theme, like, a game mechanic that lasts, like, every episode, or, like, the early New Era seasons that would have a journey every episode, which got annoying too. Like, something to be like, "Oh, yeah, this is 50 because this thing happened over and over again." This type of thing. So yeah, I think I'm just feeling a little down right now, but we can easily flip it around next episode with if either a mix up or new game mechanic, blindside. Because this episode, the twist was two tribes go to tribal council, and it just didn't feel special to me. Even though I
Ugh,
mean that
yeah.
is a twist because the whole season it hasn't been that, and now finally it is that, and like to everyone's surprise, unless your coach who says like, "I knew it, I knew all along," and I'm like, "Okay, okay, coach."
Oh my gosh, coach. Ugh. 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 Um, yeah, I'm overall, I do think that I feel like I got excited when I heard about the Billie Eilish Boomerang, but now I can't help myself but just be like, "Ugh." And I was gonna say, like, why don't they just do different ones and at different islands? But I get, like, they wanna be fair for everybody 'cause, like, I guess you don't like, you can't make one advantage equal. Like, I feel like it would be very hard. It will never be equal.
Right, right.
So it would be unfair, but I'm just like, "Darn it, I kinda wish the chaos was, like, a bunch of different advantages," like, "Extra votes here, negative votes here, take away your votes, take away this, I'm gonna know everything, I got this," and I just want, like, crazy things. X-ray vision, no.
Yeah, didn't Jeff say the fans voted for like the chaos amount of advantages or however he phrased it?
Yes! Yes, we did vote for chaos, and I feel like we did not get full chaos, Like, the chaos were not really it's not chaotic. Like, one chaos of one crazy idol that does a boomerang does not give chaotic. So, where is it more, I want more of that.
Yeah, yeah. Last thing, this would go haywire real quick because I just talked about how the celebrity last episode didn't do it for me, but it's been 5 episodes and we've had Zach Brown in the flesh, and then Billie Eilish by name and having an idol named after her. So that's 2. 2 celebrities out of 5 episodes. If the thing of the season was gonna be, like, outside influencers and celebrities, you would think you'd have, like, 1 per episode, and right now, it's
Mm,
less than half per episode.
do you think there's gonna be more? Like, do you have a guess on how many more
Well,
celebrities we're gonna get?
I th I s it there's gotta be more. I think there will be 3 more,
Okay.
but if you had to ask me at the beginning of the season, I would've been like, "Oh," at, like, maybe, like, a little bit less than 1 per episode, so maybe, like, 10. Whereas
Mhm.
so I'm surprised it's but maybe it's all back maybe it's, like, all the merge are gonna be, like, multiple who knows? We got a long season. We shall see. Anything else before we sign off?
I just want, Christian, stay safe, my boy. Stay safe. Win that $1,000,000.
Low key, Christian is so heavily featured, it doesn't make you think, like, he couldn't win, could he? It's
Don't
like when
say
you hear
that.
someone's name and, like, it's not gonna be them, they're not gonna go home. I'm
I
kinda
don't.
feeling that way about Christian, I don't know.
Don't put that energy out there, Will. Come on, he's got to win. He's got a kid.
Maybe he won't be part of the story for like the next 2 episodes. Then if that
I
happens, then
mean,
then I'll be
it's
more
kind of
confident.
hard not being in the story when you've been in tribal every time your team
I
has been
know.
struggling,
Well,
like
you
literally
see
struggle
Stephanie.
busing. That's true. You know what? Never mind. Stephanie, yeah. I'm sorry. Stephanie needs to go.
No weapon for Stephanie. Uh, but all right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the Island Life podcast. And tune in next week where hopefully we get right back to it and we'll be going through episode 6. But until then, and until we speak again,